writers was the perfect place for where we were in trying to get this show up and running, because we found ourselves with a lot of ideas and a lot of excitement from our end in terms of getting the show to meet its potential. And the next step that we needed was space and time and support. And that really is the most important thing when you're trying to make something, is to have other people to support it.
And so it just became a natural fit that, for something that is really scary for us to show, we went to a place that kept us safe and really said, no, you can do this, and pushed us to do it.
Writers Theatre creates just the right environment for surprises to happen. And that's pretty extraordinary. There's no pressure to create a Broadway spectacle. It's about process and community, and that's great.
This is a show where I'm actually backstage watching a lot of the show, where I was on stage for more of the show. During Old Man, I get to watch a lot of the scenes, and because they're a little bit more realistic, a little more invested in the emotional state of the characters, it's a lot of fun to get to watch the other actors going to those places and making discoveries every night is really exciting.
It's very deliberately a play about the logging industry, and that was, it can seem like it could have been about anything, but it's such an American thing, and it is an American ghost story in some ways. A lot of the characters are based on, like Pete is like the Paul Bunyan character, and then there's all these classic characters, and that is very deliberate.
There's a magical presence in the show. This story has been with us for 10 years. It is, if there's any piece of work that I've been most proud of in terms of something that we were trying to say when we started, and we are just now figuring out how to say, it's this play. PigPen is doing a lot of things, and not all of those things have the emotional weight that this show has.
I think now more than ever this story needs to be told, and that is such a cliched thing to say, but the state of the world right now is in such chaos, in such turmoil, that I think we need to see stories where people deal with that, are dealing with chaos, and maybe you'll see a little bit of yourself in some of our characters, maybe you won't, but if anything, it's a good story, and who doesn't like to be told a good story?